There's nothing in the world that breeds success like success. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. You will always find an answer in the sound of water. Better the comfort of a lie than the absurdity of the truth. Être dans le ventre, c'est avoir le destin des feuilles mortes. Only courageous hearts can endure the bitterness of truth. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. Wit seduces by signaling intelligence without nerdiness. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. It is the certainty that they possess the truth that makes men cruel. It's not what you are in life, but what you make of it. People, in general, would rather die than forgive. It's that hard. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish them. The space under the sky is occupied by all things in their unity. Your preciousness lies in your essence. It cannot be lost by anything that happens. An unexciting truth may be eclipsed by a thrilling falsehood. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. To think too long about doing a thing often becomes its undoing. Perfect happiness is the absence of striving for happiness. Maybe everyone is just waiting for someone else to save them. The good fighter is able to secure himself against defeat, but cannot make certain of defeating the enemy. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Reason may be employed to support faith as well as to destroy it. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. In the cherry blossom shade, there's no such thing as a stranger. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. Never say anything about yourself you don't want to come true. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. For we can only know that we know nothing, and a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. We all have the beast in us, Bill, and it is up to us to control it. Having the life of your dreams is simple. Make conscious choices. When you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. Don't worry about the negative people may say about you. Learn from it and move on. What seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise. A single death is a tragedy. 1,000,000 deaths is a statistic. I never trust frank and simple people whose stories hold together. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. Sometimes your circle decreases in size, but increases in value. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. There are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. The trouble is, you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. Every man reaches his destination if he just keeps walking. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. And there are really never endings, happy or otherwise. Do not look for healing at the feet of those who broke you. Sand lines my soul, which is filled with the breath of the ocean. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. What cannot be said, above all, must not be silenced, but written. One day you will wake up, and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now. You need mountains. Long staircases don't make good hikers. We say later, later, until later becomes too late, and all we can think of is if only. The fear of appearances is the first symptom of impotence. An education is not so much about making a living as making a person. If something is important, it deserves to be experienced deeply. Law is made by the winner to preserve victory over the loser. A wise general makes a point of foraging of the enemy. For them to perceive the advantage of defeating the enemy, they must also have their rewards. It's good to do uncomfortable things. It's weight training for life. There's more to life than simply increasing its speed. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. Appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul. The money you make is a symbol of the value you create. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. It is error alone which needs the support of government. Truth can stand by itself. We reveal most about ourselves when we speak about others. My destination is no longer a place, rather a new way of seeing. The difficult problems in life always start off being simple. Great affairs always start off being small. Life is worth living when you have someone to share it with. Not every instance requires a response. Truth resides silently in the seat of power. Being true to yourself is the greatest force to uncover the soul. I can't go into detail, but it's why I went to the special meeting at the Pentagon. A life fueled by passions is like riding on the back of a dragon. Great wisdom is generous. Petty wisdom is contentious. Great speech is impassioned. Small speech cantankerous. Life is 10% what you make it, and 90% how you take it. If I had to live my life over, I'd live over a saloon. One defends when his strength is inadequate. He attacks when it is abundant. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Everything you do doesn't have to be seen or heard. Those who realize their folly are not true fools. You're only young once, but you can be immature forever. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. It's always the ones who are the quietest who often have the greatest things to say. If you want more, you have to require more from yourself. Sing your life. Any fool can think of words that rhyme. Imagining something is better than remembering something. Keep your best wishes close to your heart and watch what happens. A constitution that is made for all nations is made for none. Contentment is natural wealth. Luxury is artificial poverty. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. Everybody stay positive, no matter how negative life gets. Take care of your body. Remember, health is another form of wealth. The most dangerous of all falsehoods is a slightly distorted truth. Filter out the irrelevant noise. Focus on the objective. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. You can change your mind. Don't let your mind change you. Life would be unbearably dull if we had answers to all our questions.